I thought I'd talk a little bit about back bracing today, and sort of the reason behind back bracing, what it's for, and why it is the way it is. So first of all, the material of the braces, it ranges quite a bit. I think probably the most common material is spruce, which makes sense. The strength to weight ratio is really high. Other woods are mahogany, Spanish cedar, even softer woods like willow and poplar and basswood. So the most common and the traditional way to brace a back is ladder bracing, similar to this. And that makes sense. It supports the back in the arch that it needs to be in to prevent cracking from low humidity. And it also supports it from bumps if you were to accidentally hit the back of the guitar. One other interesting thing to note is with ladder bracing is this brace, which goes right around the waist area, it almost always divides the top into two sections of vibration. So interestingly enough, when I glue my backs on to my rims, I almost always get exactly an octave higher up here than down here. And this is sort of a dividing point of the back. I haven't done any tests to see if that actually makes a difference, but it seems like it's covering more frequency areas, which is nice. There are a bunch of other ways to brace backs. There's lattice braces, there's X bracing. They all do something a little bit different. The X brace and the lattice bracing is making the back move more as an entire unit, which is nice. It could be beneficial. I've never really worked with that. I've done one X brace back. It worked well. I don't know if there were any advantages or disadvantages. Or no, two X brace backs. But I think the main considerations are the resonant frequency of the back. So if you have a back that's lattice braced and it's at a certain frequency, but then you X brace it and it's still the same frequency, then it's going to serve the same purposes, assuming it's the same flexibility. So what are the purposes of the braces? Obviously, the back is quite thin, so supporting that structure from any bumps or humidity changes is important. Also, the braces hold the back into an arch, which is really important when it comes to humidity changes, because when wood dries out, like the back, it's quite thin. If it shrinks enough that it's flat, it'll actually crack, as opposed to when there's an arch, where if it shrinks, it actually gets less arched before cracking. So there's more room there before you end up with major issues in the back. One thing that's becoming more popular as well is putting a brace up the length of the back, which is smart. The purpose of that brace is to stop the neck from stretching the back out of its radius, and then the guitar needing a neck reset eventually. So that is one way to do it. I've sort of chosen to tackle that issue from a different perspective at the neck block and the sort of where the neck joint is. But yeah, back bracing, whether they're profiled like this, triangular, or the same height for a distance and then scooped, it doesn't make a whole lot of difference. There are different ways to reach the same target frequency, different weight distributions on the back. That is partly what voices a back, I think. There are also a few theories about tuning the back in relation to the top, and some of them differ in terms of what pitch difference they are to the top. It does make some sense because the back could actually complement the vibrations of the top, actually helping it out. And of course, this is assuming it's an active back, because if it's a reflective back, it's not going to do much with the top. It's not going to interact with the top as much. So as far as back bracing goes, I don't think there are any major secrets or anything like that that make the back more responsive. I'm sure every guitar maker has different theories about where the stiffness should be, and including myself, and sort of what the prime shaping of the back, thinning of the back is in terms of reaching that target frequency. One thing I do know is that ladder bracing it really works, and so many guitar makers are using it. It's lasted the test of time, so there's history to prove that it works. Hopefully you found this video useful. Again, this is sort of what I've learned and what my theories have sort of come up to over the years. So other guitar makers might disagree, but I hope it sort of helps give you insight on back bracing if it's something you've been worrying about in your guitar making for many guitars. If you had different experiences, or if you have something that you think has worked better than ladder bracing or commonly used bracing, I'd love to know what your experiences are. Or if you think there's something that makes back bracing work way better than other back bracing, I'm sure other people would like to know as well. So don't hesitate to leave a comment below about what works for you, and sort of your opinions on it as well. I would love to know. And if you like the video, like and subscribe, and hope to see you in the next video.